Ukraine's wartime leadership is cracking open. And at the very top, Zelensky's most powerful aide, his shadow operator Andriy Yermak, has resigned in disgrace after a $100 million corruption scandal. And in an act that has stunned even Kyiv insiders, the man who ran Ukraine's government from behind the scenes now claims he is going to the front. To many, it looks less like patriotism and more like a political fugitive hiding behind a helmet. As one official joked privately, "From luxury villas to trenches." That's Kyiv's version of accountability. All this while Kyiv pretends it's a stable wartime government.
Events unfolding in Kyiv point to a deep political crisis triggered by corruption scandals. I don't think anyone can answer the question right now about where this will eventually lead. The consequences could be very different. All this corruption was and is surrounding the money given for the war by Americans and Europeans. This is a fact, and probably now both US and European countries are wondering what will happen tomorrow with the Kyiv regime. This is also obvious.
Just hours after Yermak's scandal detonated, Russia delivered its own message, not with words, but with firepower. Drones and missiles ripped through Ukraine's capital overnight, killing civilians, torching buildings, and plunging districts into darkness. Kyiv's military administration confirms widespread outages, collapsing water pressure, and fires across multiple neighborhoods. While Moscow hits with precision, Zelensky's government is too busy surviving internal warfare to protect its own capital. The contrast is brutal. Russia projects control, while Zelensky's camp looks like a collapsing house of cards.
Putin and Orban are very pragmatic people. They openly talk about issues, they firmly stand on the positions of their countries, and each defending the interests of their nations. This is an absolute priority for them. They are very similar in this. It gives them the opportunity to discuss a wide range of issues, especially since there are concrete projects for cooperation in various fields.
Russia's overnight assault came just hours before the next round of peace framework talks, a timing no analyst believes was accidental. As Moscow tests Washington's seriousness in Abu Dhabi, and as the US reshapes its controversial proposal, Kyiv shows up divided, battered, and leaderless. Yermak's corruption scandal, his dramatic "I'm going to the front" declaration, and the deepening fractures inside Zelensky's circle leave Ukraine negotiating from a position of absolute weakness. While Russia speaks from strength on the battlefield, Zelensky speaks from crisis.
Dear Ukrainians, just now, in a few days, I have had almost 12 conversations with our partners. All of them say we are holding up under pressure. Now we are preparing for a meeting with the American side to discuss the steps needed to ensure there is peace. Internal strength is needed to defend ourselves in war. And to have internal strength, there should be no reason to be distracted by anything other than the defense of Ukraine.
As Kyiv reeled from Yermak's resignation, Russia launched a massive overnight drone and missile strike. Fires, destroyed apartments, emergency evacuations, and complete blackout zones in western Kyiv. While Moscow's operations were precise and coordinated, Zelensky's administration was scrambling to explain internal chaos. Ukraine woke up under fire, both from Russian drones and from its own collapsing leadership.
The head of the office, Andriy Yermak, resigned. I am grateful to Andriy for representing the Ukrainian position, but I want there to be no rumors and speculation. Tomorrow, I will hold consultations with those who can lead this institution. When we all have such an external challenge of war, we have to be strong inside.
Ukraine's emergency services spent the night battling fires across multiple districts. Power networks went down, water systems failed, residential blocks burned. Officials admit this is the second devastating assault on the capital in 4 days. Russia's message was unmistakable. The battlefield is not Ukraine's only vulnerability. The political capital is cracking too.
I spoke with the Security Service of Ukraine to analyze the situation in the law enforcement system and in the regions. Soon there will be reports, conclusions, and decisions. There is a lot of negativity from the regions. We agreed that the Security Service would provide information quickly. Our soldiers are heroes, but problems that should have been solved long ago remain.
Just hours after the strikes, negotiators were preparing for the next round of discussions on a new peace framework. The US and Ukraine have already shrunk their controversial 28-point plan to 19 points. Meanwhile, Russia waits to see whether Washington will finally accept Moscow's strategic demands. Zelensky, however, arrives at the table weaker than ever, without his closest aide, without political stability, and with a capital under attack.
I expect that Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko, together with MPs, will ensure 3 things for Ukraine: the budget, defense, and sustainability. I am also expecting candidates for ministers of energy and justice. Current officials should be evaluated to see if they are up to the challenges of this winter and this war.
Ukrainian officials insist Moscow is trying to sabotage peace talks with its attacks. But the timing tells another story. Russia strikes from a position of strength, while Kyiv negotiates from weakness. Zelensky's government is shaken, divided, and bleeding, both politically and militarily. As Yermak runs to the front and Kyiv burns, Moscow signals one thing: Russia sets the pace. Ukraine reacts to it.
Russia really wants Ukraine to make mistakes. There will be no mistakes on our part. Our work continues. Our struggle continues. If we lose unity, we risk losing Ukraine and our future. We have to hold on. We are defending Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.